So it's the next day, we got some paint, enough this time. So we're going to need 400 of each colour, so 800 mils of colour in total if you're going to be painting a whole car. I thought that it was only 50 mil that you needed per litre. You can actually use up to 10%, so 10% of 1 litre is 100 mils, so we're putting 100 mil of colour in per litre of paint. So yeah, so now we're getting back to it. Second coat for the top. So for the second coat, we're also going to do it a little bit further away, just so we can get rid of the lines that it leaves and things like that. So time to mix it up. We've also got a jet heater in here so that it's a bit warmer because Melbourne weather, it's freezing outside and pouring with rain. So we can't get the chrome off the grill and I can't get another one in short notice. So we're going to just paint over the chrome and hope it works. If it doesn't, we're just going to have to get a new one and fix it up, but fingers crossed.
So we sanded the grill best we could with 240 grit sandpaper, wiped the whole thing down with prep wash and then painted a layer of primer over the top.
Feels so much better now. We're done! Woo! We've cleaned it with beer. Don't forget to clean your gun. It's actually thinners, not beer.
So we got the car all masked on the line. Because we're doing the two-tone, we want it to be pretty close to factory. The only difference is going to be the back. It doesn't have the little dip in it. It's going to look a lot neater with it all straight the whole way around as well. Masking it up was a lot easier than we thought. We thought it was going to be tricky with all the bumps and everything. The line tape does keep lifting, so we're just going to have to be a bit careful when we paint the bottom half.
I think this is going to work.
I think it's going to work. So while they finish masking up the front of the car, I'm going to start mixing the grey together. So same process as last time. 237 ml of hardener, give it a shake, and then 100 ml of paint. But this time we're going to put the grey in. So Dad painted the top half just because he's painted cars before and I wanted the top half to look good. But I'm going to give a go at the bottom half in the grey, so we'll see how it goes. I've never painted a car before, so hopefully it all goes well. From doing the blue coat, we have learnt that it's best to do the first coat a little bit closer, just to get it all on there. And then for the top, when we did the second coat, we did a little bit further away with a bit less hardener in it. And that just gave it a bit more of the sparkle and it spread it out a bit more, making it more even. So we're just going to let this one dry for an hour before doing the second coat. We're going to do a little bit further away and making sure it's all even everywhere. The second half definitely used a lot less paint than the top. For the top half, we had to use 2 litres just to cover it for the first coat, and 2 litres for the second coat. For the bottom, we've used 1 litre and it's covered the whole bottom, so that's a good thing. too much paint is better than not enough paint. So the first coat's dry. You can see it's very thin on some bits. So we're going to go over it for the second coat, and then we're going to do a dust coat at the end. So 3 coats for the bottom, make it a bit thicker because that's where it gets the most views. So the gun we've used is the Schutz gun, just shoots in a circle. The other guns that comes in, we can control pressure and that can make it come out in different thicknesses and stuff like that, but we didn't care. So we've just done a second coat of the grey and it looks great. So we're just going to let it dry and then give it another hour or so and give it a dust. Alright, so we've done the final dust on the Patrol, so all the paint is now put on. It's come up much better now that we've finally done the final dust, got rid of all the lines and everything, and it's looking great. We're going to let it dry. It's supposed to sit for a few days before you get it wet or take it outside or anything. So we're going to do that. We've already unmasked the grill and that looks great. I was a bit unsure about the 2 colours going together, but they look great, so that's good. We didn't use all of the Raptor that I bought, so I bought 8 litres and we only used about 6.5. We used 4 for the top and 2.5 for the bottom, so there's a lot less. We didn't have to do the roof or anything with the bottom, obviously. And yeah, it turned out great, and we got an extra Raptor can left over in case we need to do any touch-ups in the future. So it's been about 24 hours now since we've done the final dusting coat on the bottom half, and we were going to unmask it last night. We did give it about an hour and then we went to take it off on the locks on this side, and it wasn't coming off very smoothly and it was starting to grip a little bit. So we thought we'd give it a little bit more time to settle in so that we didn't destroy the paint taking anything off. I'm super happy with how the bottom end came out. I've never painted a car before and this stuff was super easy. So yeah, it just proves Raptor paint, anyone can do it. Let's unmask and see how it looks. How to reach the bonnet, climb through the window. Oh, that's much better. So we've taken all the masking off and it looks fantastic. It looks brand new. I'm very, very impressed. I was worried that the Raptor would come out really rough, like almost like sandpaper, and it hasn't done that at all. So now that that's all done, we'll give you a bit of a walk around and see how it finished up. The lines came perfect. When you open the doors and you see the old lines, they line up spot on, so that's perfect. So now that it's all painted, we're gonna let it dry for 3 days. So it's already been 1, so we've got 2 more days before we can take it outside or whatever. Because of the type of paint it is, it should shine pretty well in the sun or when it's wet and things like that. So that'll be really cool to see. So the next thing is to get the windscreen in place, and we've also got to put the flares on. So if you want to see more of that, subscribe to the channel because there's going to be heaps more work done on this thing. Thanks for watching.